Hi, welcome to this first look at Ride 4. So it's about a day later than I'd originally hoped to do this, on the grounds that I had an absolute nightmare just getting the license for the product activated and downloaded. But 12 hours after it was supposed to release, that finally happened, and I managed to put some time into Ride 4 last night. So, initial thoughts. Let's start with the pros on it. It looks great, being perfectly honest. What Milestone have managed to do with the Unreal Engine after the proprietary engine they had now is paying massive dividends, because it looks absolutely fantastic. The work they've done in remodelling all of the bikes and some of the tracks just shows, this is PS4 Pro footage, and it looks really, really good. It plays very smoothly, which is great. Another pro is the fact that they finally added to the photo mode shutter speed, so you can actually get some decent blurred background shots, which look really good. And pros wise, I have to be honest, that's about it. Because, to be blunt, Ride 4's broken. Well, it is if you want to use the career mode, in my personal opinion. So things have an issue when you first fire it up, and you get thrown into a time trial. Now, a lot of titles will throw you into a race or something of that nature when you first go in there, as a way of kind of setting the difficulty level. I'm not a fan of it myself, but done properly, it's a minor inconvenience. However, here, it's a time trial, and you have to pass it. If you don't pass it, you're not going any further. Fortunately, to get bronze on this time trial, the bronze time is set, as a fairly low barrier to entry, so you get in. Okay, right, we got in, fair enough. You're then faced with a choice of 3 locations to go to: Europe, America, and Asia, and you pick one of these, and once you pick it, the other 2 are locked out. So immediately takes the content of the start of your career and divides it into 3 and doesn't let you chop and change behind it. So I picked Europe and then got thrown into mandatory license test time. That's right, you can't do anything until you pass the license tests. And here's where difficulty spike issues come into play. First 4 tests, no problem at all, get through those, maybe a little retry on one of them, easy bronze or silvers, no problem whatsoever. Then get to the 4th one, and this is a kind of pass through the gates at the required speed and complete a lap under X time to be able to pass. And the difficulty on this goes through the absolute roof. It really does. Now, you may be thinking, we'll just get good. No, this is a balancing issue. I've checked the forums, I've spoken to people who are diehard bike fans around racing titles, and even they talk about the difficulty set around, and it seems to be the 4th event on all 3 locations, by the way, just goes through the roof and is it's unbalanced beyond belief. You can actually pass through all of the gates around the tracks, hit green on them, which is the minimum speed to go through them, and still not pass it because you don't complete the lap in sufficient time. And it's a high barrier to pass, a very high barrier. And to be perfectly blunt, there's going to be an awful lot of people who just at this point will give up. Having to replay an event multiple times and spend an hour or more on it to be able to pass it just to get a bronze is unbalanced. That's the sort of thing that you set the gold time for. The bronze should be a low barrier to entry, because you do not know the skill level of the player that's buying this. And to set it so high just effectively ruins the game. I'm going to be perfectly blunt with you. I have ASD, and my ASD does affect my fine motor skills. And I make no bones about the fact I've spent over an hour on this license test and I haven't been able to pass it. And with the time set as it is, I'm not sure I will be able to pass it. As a result, the entire career mode of the game, unless they choose to patch this is locked out to me, and that quite frankly is ridiculous. So I've had to be able to capture a race, and this is the most absurd thing, to be able to capture a race I can't use career mode. I had to actually go into the single player to do that. So as it stands at the moment, no, from my perspective it is broken as a title. I cannot recommend it at the present moment. I really can't. I hope that they patch this and patch this quite quickly, because mess of the career mode and everything being locked down aside, this is a really good looking title, and it plays. The handling is a little bit tighter this time, although it still does suffer from the series' chronic understeer issue, which, by the way, the AI don't appear to suffer from, which doesn't help. And speaking of AI, the much vaunted AI around the fact that it's machine learning AI, it's slightly better than past series AI, but they still will ride into the back of you and punt you off as well. So it's not moved forward quite as much as had been anticipated around that side of things. So yeah, at the present moment, I simply can't recommend Ridefall at all in its current state, which is a shame, because it does look really good. Okay, if you found this useful, please do hit the like button. If you've given Ridefall a go, please do add your comments down below, or just add your comments down below anyway. And if you want to see more content like this, please do hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos being uploaded. Thanks very much.